On today's Wednesday feature, Michael Kahn speaks with well-known poet Stephanie Bowry.
My name is Stephanie Bowry. I was born in Bowry, Cumberland that is. Grew up mostly in New Amsterdam. And well, basically that it is. I like poetry, I like performing poetry, and I like storytelling. And I got the idea perhaps I can put the stories I tell in a book, document them.
The renowned poet, who hails from Cumberland Village East, Kanchi, Berbice, continues to draw the attention of the masses through her dramatic and vocal stage acts.
I started school at Miss Cloud's kindergarten, ended up primary school, Cumberland Methodist, Mission Chapel, Victoria High School.
Coming from a single-parent family, hard work was the key to survival.
My father left us quite early, and my mother was a clothes washer. I helped her quite a lot because I will bring the clothes and carry the clothes to the different people. The Ganpat Sings were one of her employers. Yes, and the Mohabir, not the doctor, the lawyer Mohabir. So she was a clothes washer, and we all children were members of the library because my mother was a great reader herself and she encouraged us to go to the library. And while she was ironing, and those days it wasn't the electric iron, we had the flat iron and then the tilly iron. And I would sit and read the library books to her, read the stories. And she was such an amazing woman. When you're reading, she would interrupt, what happened? What happened? You know, I used to say, Ma, wait, you have to wait until I reach that part. So we had that kind of a life. A lot of storytelling, a lot of poetry. And, I used to dress well because even the clothes that we wore at home, she used to press them, starch and press them. And so, we were in our own way, had a proud kind of a living. And I can't remember being hungry or going to sleep without something in your stomach. At any time at all.
Elaborating on the challenges of life, Bowry said,
There is this fellow, John Rollins, deceased. He was my head teacher, and he was such a great person to me. He knew every child in Mission Chapel by name, who their parents were, and where they worked, where they lived. And he would, in the mornings, when school was called, he would call an assembly every morning. He would stand up and tell us different things. They're amazing the amount of things I learned from those morning sessions. He gave us in some courtesy, behavior, and the way you walk, the way you talk. And also he would do academics with us, that is where you learn to add. You had to know 6 and 6, 12. It was all a routine for us. We also did scripture. We had to learn passages of scripture, especially from the Psalms for him. And he would tell us about a story. For instance, I remember him telling us about Moses' story, leading the children of Israel out of Egypt. He will tell you the story and you are expected to remember it because the next day you would ask questions.
So who inspired Stephanie Bowry to become a writer?
I guess it was my mother. My mother used to recite long passages of poetry for us as children. Some of those poems I remember unto today without ever seeing them in print, because my mother would say them and the way she would express, and it just was in me to learn them. And I believe that was my first beginning. And at school, we had to learn the poems that were in our reading books. And we had to say them in front of the class. I remember my teacher taking me by the hand to all the classes so that the other teachers would hear when I have a poem to say.
When asked about her future plans, Bowry replied,
I don't know. I would like to see my books recognized. I would like to see children using them at school, because I feel the language is good. And it will help children in their expression and in their writing. And it can even give them a desire to read.
The poet recently released a new book titled Lilawati and is currently available at popular bookstores at a cost of $1,500. Michael Khan, Channel 8 News.